Hi guys, so here's a new little project. Well, not new, I guess. I started on this last winter. I got the cab and whole body and frame printed. I got the files from Cults 3D. I cannot remember who drew them up or who was selling them. A lot of this, actually, currently, what you see right now, the only thing that's original from that file is these fenders. Not even the mounts. I made these mounts to fit the Lesu axles that I got in there. And then the cab, fenders, the whole cab assembly with stairs and everything. That is all from the original file. Everything else I have drawn up myself. Front 3-point, everything. Wheels, tires. These tires are actually printed too. These are not TPU as you would maybe think they are. TPU I found was way too shiny. I figured it would never have enough grip if I used TPU. So I actually did some looking around and I found something called TPE, I believe it's called. TPE 85 or 80. Something like that. I got it from 3D Printing Canada. I believe it's their own product. I'm not sure if you can get it elsewhere, but it's very good stuff. It actually seems like these tires have a little bit of grip. I did get a driving test done on it. Tires seem to do quite well. They flex a little bit, not much, because, well, you need a decent amount of sidewall to actually print them nice. And I built a metal frame for it a little while ago. I might throw a little clip in here from when I built that. I'm not sure if I still have that video or not, but if I do, I'll put that in this video. That was some time ago. I took a RC 4-wheel drive transfer case, took the gears out of it, made my own. And because I did that, these two shafts spin in opposite directions. So what I did was I just flipped my rear diff upside down and now it spins the correct way. I had to do this because I needed the front wheels to spin a little bit faster than the rear ones because they're smaller. And now I actually have a little bit of overdrive in the front axle because of this. Because I believe it's a 1 to 1.4-ish gear ratio. So I'm getting a little bit more speed on the front tires right now, which I think is going to help with it having traction. I think it'll turn a lot better. Forwards and backwards, I believe it'll steer a lot better. Drive shaft that I had laying around, I just shortened it with the TIG welder. These are, this one here going to the rear axle, and then the one coming from the gear drive or the planetary gear off the motor to the transfer case. And that one is a Lesu, front Lesu axle, rear Lesu axle. Those are just standard axles for their semi-trucks. And then I 3D printed the wheels, glued the tires on. These are hubcaps I designed to be bolted onto the wheels with scale hardware to hide the wheel nuts. On the back, actually, I have made the wheels so I can put a big bearing over top of the axle and then have the wheels slide on. For testing, not doing that yet because I'm not pulling any heavy loads. Currently, I have a Holmes Hobbies Revolver 2, 1000 kV in there. Not sure what I'm gonna do. This motor, I don't think it's the motor that's too fast. I believe just the way I have the drive line designed up right now, it is far too fast. I have it set on my controller to 25% throttle max, and it is full throttle at 25% is far too fast. So I'm gonna have to either put a bigger gear reduction unit in there, or I'm gonna have to design up some other gear drive or something. Packaging in this tractor has been very difficult, trying to find a place for everything, so I'm gonna be doing a lot more brainstorming yet. But I did get a first drive in. I didn't have a steering servo in here yet. No idea where I'm gonna put that. I'm guessing I'm either gonna get a low profile one to fit up there behind the front 3-point, or there's lots of room in here underneath the cab. I could run a bell crank up to the front somehow. Don't really want to do that because I will have bump steer for sure. So I don't really want to do that. I did actually order a electric, I believe it's a 6-volt linear actuator that I thought about making a little mount off of probably one of the axle mounts, the original axle mounts right there, and then just running it up there, and then this linkage can run the other side. I think that might be the way to go. We'll see if it's strong enough and quick enough. I think I would prefer that. It might not look the greatest because you'll be able to see it, but I think that would probably work the best. Started on the rear 3-point. I've kind of held off on that a little bit just because I'm trying to brainstorm a little bit more. This whole mounting system for the rear 3-point and the hitch and everything, I started designing that. That is also the diff cover, so I have it all recessed back a little bit more, or forwards. I do have a new cab printed for this. And I printed it in multiple pieces. I sliced it, I cut it in bamboo slicer to print a little bit nicer, I'm hoping. So I got to glue that together and see how it fits. Have to do the fender flares yet, print those. New seat and everything because that's all glued in there. And then close in the back somehow once the 3-point and everything is done. So yeah, it's just a quick little look at this project. I guess, one other thing I guess I could show you is the way the front axle pivots. I actually drilled a hole, stuck this diff cover in the lathe, made a flat piece, or cut a flat piece into it, drilled a hole, made a little dowel or spacer, whatever you want to call that, put a screw in there, made it the right size for this bearing, and then that's how I made a hanger. And then on the other side, the bearing actually, fits right over top of the original, what do you call it, the case for the axle, or where the pinion shaft comes out. The bearing actually fit perfectly on that, so all I had to do was just build a little hanger for that bearing, and now I got nice pivoting axle in there. Works very good. The cab is also currently mounted underneath or above this transfer case. That will likely change yet. I'm not 100% sure. This is pretty rough right now yet. I'm still trying to figure a lot of this stuff out. There's a couple guys on Facebook I'm kind of watching build tractors and whatnot, trying to get ideas from. So getting more ideas as we go. So we will see how that goes. I also have another Fusion SE in the house that I'm thinking about putting in there, and some sort of upright transmission I think I got from AliExpress some time ago. I'm hoping that might work in a different way instead of this gear reduction planetary unit. It has a much bigger gear reduction, I believe, than this planetary, so we'll see what I want to do. But other than that, yeah, I just figured I would show you guys this project. I've been working on it for some time, but I figured I would show you guys just a little project update. You'll be seeing a little bit more of this coming soon, I hope. I think I'll be having lots of time to work on it, so yeah, we'll bring updates as this project progresses. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys are excited about a different little project here, building a tractor. Hopefully it goes well with all the other machines I got going on here. Thanks for watching, guys.